Is it wrong to do magic for one's own gain, such as getting a better job or a car? This is an attitude we come across again and again. The answer is always the same. You can have whatever you wish. If you think that it is wrong to work magic for your own benefit, then you're wasting your time trying. You'll never succeed. But you got to ask yourself, what's the difference between praying for a better job, etc., which puts more money in your pocket, and doing a magical ritual to obtain one? There's no real difference. They're one and the same thing. But a ritual has a more concentrated effort of will and has more chance of succeeding than a prayer. And there's a very good reason why people are afraid to ask themselves this question, and the answer is this: they have been taught that it is wrong and sinful. Is it a sin to be happy and healthy and wealthy? No, of course it isn't. Who then taught us that it is wrong? A corrupt priesthood who twisted the word of the great prophets to suit their own evil ends. They bred superstition and fear that they alone would have wealth and power. Remember this: no church ever made money or rose to a position of power by good. They made money out of sin. First, they convinced mankind they were sinners and then offered to forgive those sins, for a price, of course. They told man that his soul was damned to eternal hell, then said that for a fee they could save his soul. So the sinners paid up and kept paying and paying, generation after generation, and the fees got higher and higher. And most of mankind got poorer and poorer, and they are still trying to squeeze the last drop of blood out of him. It was the priests and not the prophets who invented hell and damnation. It was the priests who invented an angry and wrathful God. They then used these things to threaten man if he didn't pay up. Now, a would-be bank robber doesn't simply walk into a bank and ask for money. He must have some means of making the person pay, of making people give him what he wants. He may use a knife, a gun, a bomb, a hostage. There's always a weapon. There must be. Otherwise, he would get nothing but ridicule. He would be laughed at. So he must make people afraid. The priests used God as their weapon, hell as their bomb, and your soul became the hostage in their greedy game. We live in a world that is overflowing with abundance, and yet more than 2/3 of the population in this world live in poverty and fear because they're afraid to take what is rightfully theirs, and they surrender all their rights to a mere handful of men. The people who hold all the wealth and power are men. They are flesh and blood. They are born and they die. They're not gods, nor do they enjoy the grace and favour of a god. They are powerful because they have learned to use fear, and they are clever and they are ruthless. Now, God does not need anything. It does not need money or land. It has no need of armies. It does not even need worship or subservience, because it is beyond all of those things. It is a source of energy, a vast cosmic generator. True justice is that unto each be given that which is rightfully his own. Think carefully. What is rightfully yours? You have been taught or brainwashed into believing that you must always give, and ask for nothing in return. You have come to accept physical and mental and spiritual poverty as your payment for your sins. Now think with a clear mind right now. Clear your mind. Your God did not invent sin, or hell, or a devil. They are the inventions of men's minds. Your God did not ask you to live in poverty and fear. Those are the demands of men. You've got to stop bowing down to the demands of corrupt, evil men and priests and look to your God. No priest has a hotline to heaven. Anyone can use the cosmic telephone. Ask and it shall be given. Those are the words of the wise. That is the truth. But it is a truth that you must believe deeply within yourself. And that is the hardest part of magic. Magical power and success are measured by the ability to believe that whatsoever you desire is rightfully yours. Now, never ever desire the possessions of others, because there's no need. You don't have to wish to own somebody else's car, a house, a job that belongs to somebody else. Desire things of your own. You know, there's an endless, inexhaustible supply of cosmic energy in this universe from which to mold and own your own ideals. You can use this cosmic energy for yourself or for others. Remember these words: take, live and give. Be happy, healthy and wealthy, because deep down it is your birthright.